Hello everyone, welcome back to Baldur's Gate 3 5th edition. So over the last couple of episodes we've had a great big war at the Druids' Grove. Most of the Druids wiped out, the Tieflings superseding them in the Grove, but they still want to move out to Baldur's Gate but are afraid of the goblins out to the west. But the goblins, I hear that there's a little bit of a plot that can result in them kind of getting back to the Druids' Grove. And even more conflict. And since we're kind of on that high chaos, high conflict route, I think that's what I'd like to explore next. But not before we take a look at what we pillaged last time from the people that were hiding from the kobolds. We found this iron flask. A flask that can be held... excuse me. A flask that can hold friends and foes, likely to make the former the latter. A glowing flask radiating a curious energy. Let's see what that's about.
Decorated with a grinning face, this cold iron flask is sealed with a brass stopper.
Alright, let's do a little investigation. We'll take guidance on a DC 10. The 4 coming in clutch.
Disguised among the decorative elements, you notice a familiar arcane engraving. This is a powerful magical item, capable of trapping and holding a creature. The sealed stopper suggests it is inhabited.
Well, maybe down the line we can put one of our foes in it, like a Pokeball. But to do that we need to empty it first, so...
The flask is cold and heavy in your hand.
Let's open it up.
The flask shudders in your hand. Then magical energy emanates from its neck as a creature emerges.
Yeah, but what creature? Is that a beholder? It can't be a beholder. Beholders are like 15th level. Spectator. Okay. Baby beholder with the eyes on the tendrils. So we've got Shadowheart and Astarion up first. Then it's going, then the others. I think we're going to want to get a sneak attack, at the very least. So let's get Shadowheart moved over slightly. Got quite the reach on this thing, doesn't it? Then Astarion, can you get in that gap without provoking an opportunity attack if we could, please? Alright, we'll start with a bite to try and get happy. Target is too far. Can we inch in a bit more? Alright, it got damaged. We get poison on our weapon. However, we don't get happy, possibly because this creature isn't humanoid. But still, we can sneak attack from behind. Oh, it was our bow that got the poison damage. And a crit on the sneak attack is lovely. And an extra 3 with our bonus offhand strike. As for Shadowheart, getting in there with the dagger. Good. Don't think we need to cast any bonus actiony stuff right now. What's it gonna do? Paralysis ray on Shadowheart. And then it flew away. And then it attacked Lae'zel. That was quite a series of events, wasn't it? Alright. Let's start with this. Get it closer to us. Right. We're going to action surge immediately. Missed the second one, but now Lae'zel's in range. We'll use the superiority die just for the damage. 21 is massive, and if we action surge as well... That was plenty swift. So Shadowheart is paralyzed for 3 more turns, cannot move or act. Any attack against her would have been an automatic critical hit with the paralysis condition, But she recovers. As for treasure, nothing on its person, but we now have this thing. Inspect.
Though empty, the flask is unnaturally heavy in your hand.
So we can't, like, throw it at an enemy or anything then. That's a great shame. Alright, so we're alive, we're happy. We can short rest before a fight if we need to, because we've just spent our action surges and the like. But now, rather than doing the stuff in the north, there's the burning house that doesn't really lead to anything because the result of that quest is not in early access. So, let's work our way back to the Goblin Village, and then we'll see what we can do about infiltrating the Goblin camp. I'm not entirely sure how we're going to do that in a way that doesn't get us all killed, but we will see what we can do.
An efficient path.
Are the others going to come? No? I guess Lae'zel's jump is just too far for everybody else to even comprehend coming in the same way.
These boots have seen everything.
Come on, Astarion. I know you don't like the wet. Mr. Running Water makes me take acid damage. You'll be just fine, look. Alright. The deadliest of all things, a river, has been overcome, rather, not succumb. We didn't succumb to the river's forces. Then there's going to be some vines around here that we can climb up to get back into the village. Now, Shadowheart. If we look at our skills... Oh, we do have Disguise Self prepared. Always prepared because it's a trickery spell. Excellent. So Shadowheart is going to be able to disguise self as a drow. And in this circle, drows are very powerful and know what's going on. So we can kind of impersonate a drow and make progress in towards the camp, because it's a different drow that we're ultimately hoping to make contact with. But we need to get in and have conversations first. That's going to be the really tough part. So this bridge takes you over to the Goblin encampment. There's also a felled tree you can attempt to cross over there at your peril. So let's start,
if not over,
by just trying to have a conversation, possibly with our illithid powers ahead of us. And we'll see how things shake out from there, because these guys aren't currently hostile. Before we do that, let's get some out of combat guidance going. Not combat, sorry, out of conversation. That way they don't have to be suspicious about us using a spell. Yes.
a war drum. One of those can summon fighters far and wide.
Okay, but I'd like to have a conversation.
Look it, Claw. Sapper's here. Unless you got another reason to be here. Feck shite.
As the symbol glows, power courses through you. Authority.
Right, so we can use our illithid powers. We have Fighter Intimidation for 2d20s at advantage, plus 4, plus 1d4. I don't know why we're getting plus 2 from Charisma and plus 2 from Intimidation. Shouldn't Intimidation just be plus 2 from Charisma? And then Nature and Deception. Alright, well, let's try the Intimidation check first, because we have advantage, and we might be able to save our illithid powers for something more urgent. DC 10, rolling at advantage, and all the rest of it. This should be fine. Yeah, we're great.
Down, Claw! Back up! She's a little overexcited. Been a busy day. Lads are celebrating.
Halfling. I do enjoy a party.
We're celebrating a raid. No better time in camp than this. Get yourself a bit of fun before it dries up.
Well, we know what the raid's on because we've been warned about
Stop fidgeting.
goblins trying to get over to the Druid Grove. So, we have freedom to go around.
Blessed be.
I was told by one of my lovely viewers that I should try and come over to this pass here because there's some other condition to learn about.
Hear my voice. Obey my command.
The voice is irresistible. You recognize the overwhelming authority that you'd used on others, only infinitely stronger, and turned against you. Your vision clouds, leaving you in a dark, featureless shadowscape. Nothingness in every direction. Then there are three figures before you. An armored male elf, exuding power and command. A handsome younger man with a quick, easy smile. And a pale young woman with even paler eyes.
These are my chosen. They speak for me. Aid their search for the weapon. Illumination will be your reward.
Oh.
You feel energy pulsing from the artifact, lifting the pain from you, pushing the voice away.
My power grows. My forces gather. The reckoning draws near.
That was intense.
Don't give me that look. I don't know what just happened any more than you do. We should keep going.
Insight check.
I don't know what that toy of hers is, but I'm glad it's on our side.
What? The visions? Voices? What on earth's going on?
I'm not sure I want to know. But it's gone now. We should keep moving.
Alright.
Agreed.
That was only slightly terrifying. Shielded. Remains until long rest, shielded from the voice of the Absolute. How incredibly interesting. I don't know what that shielding means, but we have it now. These guys are all novices of the Absolute, so I'm not sure how this is going to impact our upcoming interactions, but I'm certainly very curious. Alright, we can progress. We want to get inside the Druid camp
Time to
without drawing too much attention to ourselves.
What path lies before me?
Before we cross this bridge... Oh, they've changed. All these used to be the same image previously, and I've not used this spell since, so I'm guessing like this is Orc. masculine drow, feminine tiefling, masculine tiefling. We want feminine drow. Fem drow, fem human, mask drow, fem drow.
Mutatis mutandis.
Okay.
There's no time to waste.
Shadowheart's gonna lead us in.
On I go.
These folks just having a party.
Themselves a bar.
Or be you beheaded.
Welcome, your greatness. I've got some good stuff if you're looking to buy.
Let me see what you have. All right. Boots of aid and comfort. Sturdy and well worn, these boots make a snug fit on any wearer. But we have no idea what the actual magic of it is. The Whispering Promise. When the wearer heals a creature, it also receives a 1d4 bonus to attack rolls and saving throws. I want that. We didn't get all the cash back from our previous excursion, unfortunately. But I know that the others among us certainly have plenty of cash on them. Or at least wares for trading and selling. So we'll trade that off. +1 war pick. +1 greatsword. Doom axe. Edge of terror. Each strike fills the target with chilling dread that prevents them from regaining hit points. Attacks also get disadvantage. Undead creatures also get disadvantage on attack rolls. +1 great axe, +1 great club. Right, well, what I definitely want is these and those. Who's got all the stuff? You've got some jewellery. Jewellery. Oh, Lae'zel. Lae'zel has, like, everything. Alright, let's just get rid of all of this extra stuff that is non-magical. Cups and flutes and silverware. All kinds of stuff we can get rid of here. +1 leather armor we don't want. Watcher's Guide we can probably get rid of. They've got like 2k in cash, so we'll probably be fine. When the wearer stands in certain effects such as fire and casts a spell that deals damage, well, we're never casting damage dealing spells in this campaign, so that's not one for us. Any more for any more? We'll have a dagger. We'll keep the flail. We'll keep the seeing eye. Let's barter that. Over here we've got bloodstones, jewellery, gloves. So this is 1d12 slashing, which is a worse average than 2d6. And it also doesn't have a plus modifier, it just does the Edge of Terror stuff, which I'm not so interested in for Lae'zel. So, call that enough trading.
Your greatness.
And then we want Shadowheart wielding that ring that we've just purchased. This one. Yep, so when they heal a creature, it also receives 1d4 bonus to attack rolls and saving throws. That's great. There's Volo.
Fill the front row.
These folks are all chatting and jolly. Now let's go and see the guard Gergen.
I'd better do the talking. Statue of Seluna. This room.
No go inside. Inside boring.
Is that to say we can't or that we shouldn't? Because that seemed very vague.
Here has music, beer, dance. You dance too.
Alright, well he hasn't told us we can't go in.
Seluna. As if mingling with a horde of goblins wasn't bad enough. Let's do what we have to do, then get out of here.
You don't have to tell me twice.
Good. Seluna is a bad omen. Just look what's befallen her temple. Though, I'll grant it must have been impressive once, in all its profane glory. I wonder what happened. No matter. I'll breathe easier once we're clear of this place.
Right, well we're not being attacked in here either. So, join me next time where we will go and see about having a conversation with a certain drow that might then propagate the story back east. In any case, thank you ever so much for watching. If you're enjoying the series, please do consider subscribing or hitting that like button. If you have any questions or comments, you can put them down below. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.